Today on Dr. Oz, daytime darling Wendy Williams gets real.
The scale registered a lot, 193 pounds.
Does it affect your self-esteem at all?
Revealing.
Has it been a lifelong issue for you, the weight?
Yes, I come from a place of fat. My first diet was first grade.
And always entertaining.
You had a little work done.
Yes, I did. Can you tell?
How her health secrets help you. Coming up next on Dr. Oz.
All right, she is the diva of daytime who asks, how you doing? But today I'm revealing how she's doing. And let me tell you, she just turned 50 years old, and the candid, provocative, and always entertaining Wendy Williams is better than ever. Please wish a happy belated birthday to Wendy Williams. Love having you.
Oh, thanks for the invite.
So happy you're here.
Yes, me too. I've got lots to ask you about.
Lots to ask you about.
Okay, you start.
All right, I'll start. Well, first of all, let me say, I don't think you'll remind me saying this, but for your 50th birthday, you had a little work done.
Yes, I did.
Not the kind of work...
Can you tell?
That's right. Well, not the kind of work you're thinking of. You can't tell because she actually had her armpits done.
Yes, the last time that I was at your show, I discussed with you how I sweat on the set, and we have that in common.
We do.
And it doesn't look very nice. And so I already had my appointment for a fairly uncommon procedure. I don't think a lot of people know about mirror dry. And when Oz talked to me about how to stop the sweat, he walked me over and took the sheet off, and there was the mirror dry machine. You had no idea that I had that appointment already ready.
No, I did not.
And I ended up getting it done like 4 days later. Like 90%, 87% of my sweat glands underneath my arms are now dead. Now, it doesn't mean I don't sweat under my arms at all. It just means that I don't sweat very much.
Can I see?
No!
I'm just looking. I'm a doctor.
No, look. Underarms are the ugliest thing ever. But I'll show you.
It's dry. It's dry.
Yeah. And it was money well spent. And when you came on my show last week, you didn't tell, I asked you during commercial, did you get it done? And you said no, and I was shocked.
'Cause I'm a coward.
And then Oz started asking me questions, and I felt like, oh my gosh, look at me giving Oz, the doctor, a consult.
It's true. Exactly right.
But I'll tell you this, a lot of people know that Botox stops sweating. The problem with Botox is that you have to get it redone once every 6 months. And it's anywhere from $500 to $1,500 a pop. It becomes very expensive and annoying to have to keep up those appointments.
Well, the reason I'm always wearing a blazer and I have actually little pads on my scrubs is because I do sweat so much. This actually might change my mind. I've seen it, I've talked about it.
Yes.
You've comforted me. Mm-hmm. All right, let's talk about something else. Everyone saw this. This part they did notice when you walked out here. You've lost 30 pounds.
Yeah.
And what motivated you? How'd you do it?
Well, I went to my endocrinologist who treats my thyroid, and he asked me to get on the scale, and the scale registered a lot. I'm not shy to say, it registered like 193 pounds. So I said, well, wait a minute. This was like 2 years ago. I said, I'm about to be 50 in 2 years, and I want to be a good 50. I want to feel good. So I've been on every fad diet you could possibly imagine, and I said, okay, slow and steady, I'm going to follow that. And over the course of 2 years, I dropped the weight, and I've kept it off, and I feel great. And the way I dropped it is little tiny changes, and that's it.
Has it been a lifelong issue for you, the weight?
Yes. I come from a place of fat. I grew up, a little fat girl in New Jersey. My first diet was first grade. Where my mom would, I didn't have lunch at school with, the lunch food in the cafeteria. It was too fattening. She would give me a yogurt, and then she would put tuna fish, flaky, dry tuna fish, and mix it with mustard, not mayonnaise. Mm-hmm. And I found that sneak eating was a way of life for me. After the family's in bed, you go to the refrigerator and you like that. And so, and I love food, and I think that once you've been fat, in your mind, you always have fat thoughts. Like, even if you look in the mirror and you don't see fat, you're always, that is like your number one battle.
How did you deal with the the baggage that comes along with feeling like your mom is judging you, for example, putting you on diets at that young age. How do you overcome that part of the challenge?
Well, you get a talk show.
Yes, it helps. It helps.
And then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You become successful in other ways, and then all of a sudden, then you lose the weight on your own, and then your parents, like, I love my mom and dad. You know, they're still alive, thank God.
Mom's watching you right now, probably.
Yes, no, hi, mommy. The same woman who now makes food and says, eat, eat, eat. Yeah. Here, take seconds. And I'm like, no, Ma, I can't do that, you know?
You realize it's not about them anymore.
Right.
By age 50, you figure out it's you.
Right.
You mentioned that getting a talk show is a therapeutic process.
Right.
We both launched the same year.
Same year.
And I would look over to Wendy.
Same day, even.
Same day.
Yes.
And Wendy would look over to me, and we just go like this. I said, it's hard to do this.
Let's hang in there. Yeah.
It's been 6 years, and we both have a very special way of talking to our audience. I call it Ask Oz.
Uh-huh.
And of course, Wendy calls it Ask Wendy.
Yes.
So if you take Ask Oz and Ask Wendy and you put it together, we're gonna do this together. Of course, we both do it with no topics off limits. We talk about anything. So today, for the first time ever, it's a daytime TV crossover event. Ask Oz and Wendy at the same time. Now notice, I have a bedazzled mic for you.
Wow. Thank you.
That's yours. It's the absolute least I could do, literally. Come on over here.
Hey, Oz, can I ask you something as we're walking?
Please. Yes.
Why is it that, I take great vitamins, but why is it that I always get black and blue at the slight bumping of a table or something? Like, I always have a black and blue mark. Where do I stand?
You stand right next to me, right
okay.
here.
Uh-oh.
Let me see, can I see one of those black and blue marks?
Well.
Do you have any now?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, you do have one right there. Can you all see that? So this is pretty common. What ends up happening is some of the things that we take in our blood, for example, the omega-3 fats, which are actually valuable for our brain, they thin our blood a little bit, which is a good thing because thin blood goes places that thick blood wouldn't go, like the different parts of your brain, your sexual organs, makes everything work better. But sometimes if you bump yourself, it'll cause a little bit of blood to come out. This is literally 1 drop of blood. It's so little. If I showed you the actual amount, it was trivial, but it spreads out through the skin and creates a visible bruise.
Yeah.
So that's part of what what your life will hold, especially if you're taking an aspirin or fish oils or those kinds of things.
Yes.
Okay.
Got you.
All
Thank
right.
you, doctor.
Edlia, where's Edlia? Oh, here you are, right next to me.
Hi,
Go.
Dr. Oz.
Take it away.
Thank you. Hi, Wendy. How you doing?
Edlia?
How you doing? I love it.
Well, I live in my control top. So at this age, is it okay for me to just let it all hang out?
Control top as in like Spanx or some sort of thing like that?
Definitely.
Ew.
You don't wear them?
No. Look, the difference between a man and a woman is that women jiggle, and I embrace that.
Awesome.
I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
For doing.
Thank you.
Edlia, that's good advice. Just one thing. The thing about control tops for me are urinary tract infections, other kinds of craziness happening there, reflux. I don't know why women torture themselves. I'll embrace the jiggle. Okay.
Thank
enjoy.
you.
Margarita, you're up
Thank
next.
you.
Margarita's right behind you, right there. Take it away.
Oh, I don't want to fall.
I'm going to hold you.
Okay.
Wherever we go, I'll hold you.
Okay. Hello.
Hi, Wendy. Hi, Dr. Oz.
Hi, Margarita.
How you doing? Okay. I'm a little older. I love high heels, but I'm always in flats. How can I kind of transition into that?
Don't get them so high. You know, like.
I want to be sexy like you.
No, believe me, I walked in here with flats. I wish I had flats on right now.
Oh,
I feel
okay.
very wobbly on the steps. You know, my thing.
These are 3 inches.
My thing is 3 inches are perfect. 4 inches are good. 5 inches are ridiculous. No. A kitten heel is sexy. The only reason why I don't wear a kitten heel or a lot of flats, like, you know, on my show, I wear flats in the audience, but I have a size 12 foot. So it looks like 2 large boats, you know? So the higher the heel, the smaller my foot looks. But for you, work with a kitten heel.
Okay, I'll start with a kitten.
One other little
Yes.
thing, when you walk on those high heels all the time, you actually shorten up these tendons. So because you're walking like this all the time. So even when you take your shoes off, these Achilles tendons and the muscle, that doesn't go back to normal. It causes back problems, hip problems, plantar fasciitis. You know, who wants that stuff?
No.
What Wendy's saying is right. So Oprah would do the same thing.
Yeah.
Walk out in flats, everyone's comfortable, no problems with the feet.
Yeah.
Then put the high heels on. Do it for the big events.
Yeah, that exactly. Good, Oz.
Thank you,
The sexy.
All right, let's go up to Kim. Come on up.
Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on now, Oz.
I'm escorting her up. There we are. All right. Take it away, Kim.
Hi, Dr. Oz. Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Kim.
I'm getting older, as I guess everyone else is. And as I'm getting older, I'm noticing that my hair is thinning, especially around the front.
Yeah.
So do you think I should put a wig on it?
I don't think that you need a wig at all. If it's thinning in the front, here's my trick. Now, you know I wear a wig, I have thyroid disease, my hair is thinned. However, prior to embracing wigs in totality, I started with the thin edges, and I would use makeup powder with a small fine brush, and you fill that in. Nobody knows the difference.
Okay.
Okay? You
can do that
understand?
easily.
I can do that.
Can I offer
Everyone's going to know.
But
That's okay.
that's okay.
It'll look great.
It's okay.
Embrace it. That's the jiggle you embrace, the heels you embrace. You know, I don't understand why women don't do this. The minoxidil, which is sold over the counter, so there's no doctor's appointment to get it, it really works.
Oh, okay.
So take it, you want to put it on twice a day, just rub it into your scalp.
Oh.
And I don't know why people don't try it more often. It's very, very effective in stimulating hair growth in men and women, but it's really effective in women.
Okay.
But when all else fails, a wig, girl.
Yeah.
A wig.
Okay?
All right. The last question from Denise. Take it away, Denise.
Hi, Denise.
How you doing?
I love that.
My daughters love you. We all love you.
Thank you,
We
Denise.
love you, Dr. Oz. Okay, I am approaching 50. I'm halfway there.
Uh-huh.
Married 22 years to a very, very handsome husband.
Yes.
We are pretty active,
Sexually.
you know, sexually.
She's
That's-
winking, you
that's
can't see her
healthy.
eyeball.
It's all good. In the morning, I'm a little tired after that little rendezvous at night.
Yeah.
What can I do?
Keep the air cold in your car as you drive to work. No, you laugh. I find that cold air keeps people alive and awake. And also, keep your moisturizer in the refrigerator. And, you know, when you put your moisturizers on, and the last thing you do after you get out of the shower, after your rendezvous, splash with cold water. That's what I say.
Thank
I
you.
want to thank you very much, Wendy, for being here. And y'all don't know about this, but Wendy is actually the executive producer of a new Lifetime movie. It's called Aliyah, the Princess of R&B. It's on November the 15th at 8 p.m. And watch her. She's going to host a Soul Train Award on November the 30th at 8 p.m. Soul Train. We'll be right back.
Coming up, what really goes on in the kitchen of your favorite restaurants? Dr. Oz goes undercover with a real-life food investigator. Find out how your food is really being handled and what you can do to protect yourself. Next. Food industry secrets exposed. The whistleblower who says the food you eat is a science experiment. And you're the guinea pig. All new Dr. Oz. That's coming up tomorrow.
You ever wonder what really goes on inside the kitchen of your favorite restaurant? Well, I got a chance to go undercover with food investigator Peter DeLucia to find out how your food is really handled.
So what's the key to a good inspection? What makes you diabolically good at this?
You know, part of it is a surprise. You know, sometimes we even have to walk in the back door.
To get a sense of a day in the life of a health inspector, Peter DeLucia let me join him on an impromptu restaurant inspection.
Excuse me, from the county health department, is the manager available? We're here to do an inspection. Just so you know, Matthew from the health department. That's me.
Okay, yes.
Pete and I were looking for what inspectors call red or critical violations.
These are public health hazards. These are things, if we find anything here like food out of temperature, raw sewage, these are things that can make people sick right away.
Raw sewage?
Fortunately, no raw sewage, but we did find temperatures that were off. Hot foods must be kept at 140 degrees or above. Cold foods, 45 or below.
We're gonna take a look at this, whether this is mayo, sour cream, we'll take a look and see. And we want this to go down to under 45 degrees.
So we stalled here at
We're about
48.3.
48 degrees. That's a critical health hazard. Here you go. This is a big red violation, okay?
What?
You're not allowed to pool eggs for future use because of Salmonella enteritidis.
I've operated people for that.
Salmonella could be a major debilitating illness.
Oh
So
my
this is a red
goodness.
violation. He's gonna have to dump it.
Most restaurants get slapped with a few non-critical or blue violations, but 3 or more critical violations and they're sent to court.
It's the public health. That's what we're concerned about. That's the paramount thing. We immediately focus on things like this. Look at how these jagged and sharp edges on this little strainer, okay? Parts of these pieces break off and go into your food. Yeah. Could wind up cutting your mouth. Yeah. So this is something that we're gonna ask him to throw out. And these are the kind of places you look to see if you see mouse droppings. You know, things like that. This is where you look for the mice would be coming around. You look at a single surface, you see roaches and the paper goods and all.
No roaches or mice, but we did spot a lot of
mold. Look at all the mold, all here on the Vanguard. You can even see the mold and the rust. Could be that, you know, you think you got sick somewhere else, whatever it might be. And it might just be because you have an allergy to mold. You never would have thought you got it from the restaurant.
Just when I thought I'd seen it all, Pete showed me a valve he'd unscrewed from a tilt skillet.
Ooh, what is that?
That's been in there a while. That's just goo and food debris that's just been, look at that, it's just rancid.
Food investigator Peter DeLucia is here. I absolutely adored our field trip, and I like the part when you first walk into the restaurants. Of course, they try to stall you at the front so they can go back and scurry and clean things up. Peter wouldn't be had. He shows the badge and barges right into the back.
And remember, sometimes we'll just go right in the back door.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If you know that there's a problem, like after we saw this place we were just at, next time I would just go right in the back door and see what's going on.
I learned a lot, and there's one we didn't talk about, little piece, where there's one more bacteria hot seat. Literally, the chairs you all sitting on. So here's what we found. Actually, we swabbed them there. They were wooden chairs and some vinyl chairs, all kinds. We found Enterococcus, and that can cause urinary tract infections and other kinds of problems. We found bacillus, which can cause food poisoning. And we found something called Acinetobacter baumannii, which can cause pneumonia. And these are just in the chairs. So how does this happen? How do you get all this stuff on the things we're sitting on?
Well, first of all, think about it. Like we said, priority is serving the food, right? How often are they actually cleaning the chairs? That's way down on the list. And if the chair is a fabric chair, like what we're sitting on here today, it's almost impossible to clean that. Yeah, right? Yeah. And I don't know, did you guys come in there? Right. Yeah, unless you actually do a steam cleaning. We actually, in my county, we had a norovirus outbreak. And we went through the whole, epidemiology, the whole 9 yards. And one of the things it led back to were the fabric chairs. And they had to do a major, basically like a cruise ship cleaning of the entire dining room and the chairs, and they wound up getting rid of the chairs because they were so hard to clean. Yeah. So this is remember, once again, priority is serving meals. Remember one of the things we found when we were doing the inspection, that strainer with the shards of metal? Sure. We get complaints about people getting metal in their food. Imagine if you swallowed that metal, what would happen to you? Of course. So these are things that, they're not necessarily paying the utmost attention to, and as health inspectors, we need to get in there and remind them of these issues.
So I'm caught up on this chair still, if you don't mind, including the one that we're all sitting on. So what should we do about it? When I go to a restaurant, no matter how, because, I got to say, if I was a restaurant owner, I wouldn't think about the chairs either. Frankly, they're not the ones getting the chairs dirty.
No.
I mean, how do people get feces on their chair?
Well, think about it. Thank God you don't eat with your butt, right? Yeah. That would be a problem.
That's a good point.
And, but you fidget, you got to worry about things. You need to protect yourself when you go out there. When you're at the restaurant, you're sitting in your chair, you're touching a menu. Menus also have bacteria. We've done some sampling of menus and things like that and found different things on menus. So what you want to make sure to do is after you've touched your menu, sat in your chair, I want you to go to the bathroom and wash your hands. Hand washing is always one of the most important things you could do, or the most important thing you could do before you eat your meal, because you're bringing that food and bringing it up to your face. So anything you touch, these chairs, the menu, you're bringing that back up to your face. So wash your hands really good. And when you go back to the table, remember, don't sit on your hands.
Right.
Not a good thing to do, Even if you're really fidgety like me, I'm always moving around. No, better not to do that.
What about the 10-second rule?
10-second rule? You know what? I would avoid the 10-second rule when it comes to a restaurant's chair. That'd be bad.
All right, you can find out to Peter DeLucia's information. In fact, he's got a guide on dining out on DrOz.com. We'll be right back.
Coming up next, weight loss heroes who've lost so much weight they're half their size. What they did to shed hundreds of pounds, and you can too. Real people, real results, real easy. That's next on the Dr. Oz Show.
We are bringing healthy back this season and want you to bring it too. Grab your prescription pad for fun and sign up for free tickets today. You can go to DrOz.com/tickets and sign up. Did I get it right? Today, my weight loss heroes. The people you're about to meet lost so much weight, they're now half their size. And they're going to show you how you can do it too. First up, Richard, a firefighter who weighed 318 pounds and used to wear these pants.
I've been a firefighter for 25 years. I love what I do. It's a physically demanding job, so being in shape is critical. But at nearly 320 pounds, it was nearly impossible for me. When I took my annual physical, I failed miserably. My doctor told me my cholesterol was out of control, I was a borderline diabetic, and my blood pressure was sky high, and that if I didn't change my life, I would probably never live to see retirement. One day I was watching the Dr. Oz show, and it really hit home for me.
You say, is it doable? And I say yes.
I followed Dr. Oz's diet tips to the T, and now, 14 months later, I'm proud to say that I have accomplished my goal and I am half my size.
Richard, come on out. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Oz.
143 pounds.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How'd you do it?
It really started, to be honest, watching you. I learned a lot of things from you, good things to do, bad things to do, some of the bad choices I was making. I would eat fast food 3 times a day, supersize everything, wash it down with a big giant diet pop, milkshake, ice cream afterwards, go home and eat something fried and greasy, just horrible food choices. I went from those 3 really big meals to 5 smaller meals that I paced out throughout the day to try to make it so that I would stay fuller longer. And I found an exercise that I was just passionate about. In the beginning, there in the firehouse, there's guys working out in the firehouse and they were doing insanity, and I thought they had lost their mind. There was no way I was going to try to do that one. Very intense exercise, so I started with a much easier exercise. And then I found a passion for bicycling, and I ride a bicycle about 200 or 300 miles a week, every week.
It's a lot of mileage.
A lot of miles. I'm riding a 100-mile ride in a couple weeks.
Good
in
for
one
you.
day. So,
was there one secret to what you were eating, one foundation to change that allowed you to go from probably always being hungry while eating all those meals to what you've been able to accomplish now?
Absolutely. I included fiber in all my meals. I put a little bit, just increased the amount of fiber that I was eating every day. It kept me fuller longer and just kept me a lot more satisfied than I was when I was eating just the junk food that I was eating.
Show everybody what you were doing.
All right.
And how much total was it, the amount of fiber you tried to get?
About 30 grams a day.
Okay.
So I went from eating fast food, processed white bread, to eating like a high flax wrap. I would make a tuna wrap with a high flax wrap on that. That would usually be my lunch. For dinner, a lot of times, we would have fish tacos, and I would use a high fiber taco shell. And along with that, we would have black beans and rice that I would spice up a little bit, give it a little kick with the fish taco. Black beans obviously have a ton of fiber and really help keep you full.
Yep. If fiber will do it, the gas will do it too, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's always a nice side effect. I would eat a bag of chips and popcorn, microwave popcorn. I would eat a bag of that without even thinking about it. So I found a recipe and kind of changed it around a little bit for apple chips, which I would make in the oven. Usually I would use like a Granny Smith or a Fuji apple. Really that crunch helped satisfy my need for something crunchy instead of potato chips or popcorn. And I also made kale chips, and with those, I put like a barbecue spice on there. So it's almost like a barbecue potato chip.
It's a good idea.
A little bit crunchy, still satisfies, it's got a nice bite to it. Just the fiber kept me full through the day and kept me
How did you
hungry.
used to stay full before you made this big change in your life?
A lot of liquid calories. I drank a lot of beer, drank a lot of pop, just energy drinks. I probably drank 10 full calorie sugary energy drinks a week.
Oh my goodness.
So
what do you do now?
Years of pop.
What did you replace it with?
I replaced it in the beginning with seltzer water with fruit in it, and now a lot of water. I probably drink over a gallon of water every day.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Made all the right changes.
Thank you.
All right, now Richard's not the only weight loss hero. Next, meet Dee, a young mother who, when she wore this dress, weighed 318 pounds.
For my entire life, my weight has been a source of shame. I've been called words like thick and stocky. My parents used to measure my thighs. They even got me a gym membership one Christmas. But no matter how embarrassed I got, I was still in denial about how bad my weight actually was. Once, I got on a plane, and over the intercom, the flight attendant had to ask for a seatbelt extender for me. Talk about humiliation. Another time, at an amusement park, I was actually forced to get off a ride in front of everyone because I could not fit in the seat. But worst of all were the conversations I had with my own daughter. She would constantly ask me, "Mommy, how come you never go swimming with me?" I felt like I was missing out on my own child's life and not being a good mother. And that's when I finally decided to make a change. I started eating healthy and I began to exercise every day. I am proud to say I've lost 160 pounds and I'm finally living for the first time in my life.
Dee, please join us. How are you? Congratulations.
Thank you.
How do you lose 160 pounds?
Well, I have the craziest sweet tooth. In order to lose the weight that I knew I needed to lose, I had to cut out white sugar, all the white rice, white pasta, all the things that I loved. I knew I had to cut it out. So I cleaned up my pantry. I took everything like cakes, the cookies, the crackers, everything that I loved and I would snack on. I took it out, but my sweet tooth did not go away. So I had to find ways to add things back in to still fulfill that. So I added stevia, apple pie spice, pumpkin spice, cinnamon, which is my favorite.
You know, the sweet tooth is a big issue for a lot of folks. I stand up here and proclaim that it's doable, and you're telling me the story, which obviously you made it happen, but it was hard. I understand you also were able to use that sweet tooth as an ally to get yourself to eat more protein.
Yes. My whole diet pretty much incorporated tons of carbs. I would go through, fast food restaurants and eat cinnamon rolls in the morning. Wow. So I knew I needed to add protein into my diet, but I knew I wanted to make it sweet. I needed to find a way to make it to crave my sweet tooth.
So Dee, like everyone who's been through big changes, very smartly came up with ideas that work that all of us can benefit from. So come show me some of these examples. And these taste really, really good.
Well, like I said, I would go through fast food restaurants and get cinnamon rolls. That was my favorite thing. So speaking of cinnamon, I started to incorporate egg whites into my diet to get the protein. One serving, I would get about 25 grams of protein. I would just get simple liquid egg whites, about a three quarters of a cup. Microwave it for about a minute. Add stevia and cinnamon to it, and kind of scramble it up. And to believe it or not, as funny as it sounds, it tastes like rice pudding. It's amazing, yeah. And it kind of made me feel like I was eating a cinnamon roll.
You do like those rolls.
I do.
And this is a little secret that I understand your daughter likes too.
Yes, she's totally fooled by it. It's Greek yogurt, and you take the powdered peanut butter and stevia, about 2 tablespoons of the powdered peanut butter, about 3-4 packets of stevia. I mix it all together, and it tastes like peanut butter pudding. It is amazing. I have taken it to work. I've taken it, and if you don't put it in a little Greek yogurt container, nobody knows that it's Greek yogurt.
How's your life changed? Emotionally, how's it changed?
It's just totally different. Like, I can do things now that I never could do before. I didn't have the self-confidence before, and now, I go to water parks with my daughter. I'm on the beach. I swim with her. I'm on the playground, going down the slide and doing all those things. And for me, it was like I was always on the sidelines, and I was always behind the camera. And now I can be in those pictures and in those memories.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, let's get to one more. Now, this outfit belonged to Jamie, an emotional eater who ballooned up to 304 pounds. Now, find out how she used her microwave to cut her weight in half when we come back.
Do you have a weight loss hero?
My boyfriend, Dan. He used to be over 400 pounds but made a firm decision to make a change. 2 years later, he's lost over half of his body weight and still going. So proud of him.
Share your story on Dr. Oz's Facebook page. Coming up next, are you an emotional eater? Crave carbs? Always hungry? Learn the tricks to change your eating habits with simple plans and food swaps. Enormous results to lose that weight for good. Coming up next. Food industry secrets exposed. The whistleblower who says the food you eat is a science experiment. And you're the guinea pig. All new Dr. Oz. That's coming up tomorrow.
Welcome back. Now, before the break, I told you this outfit belonged to Jamie, who used to weigh 304 pounds. Like so many of you, she was an emotional eater.
Growing up, I was always the heavy kid, and it always bothered me. So what did I do to comfort myself? What else? I ate. And the more weight I gained, the worse I felt about myself, so I ate even more. Then, a stressful job and a bad breakup really set my weight skyrocketing to more than 300 pounds. But the real breaking point came when my sister asked me to be her maid of honor. That brought out every fear and insecurity I had. But I was determined not to let my sister down. So I committed to lose the weight once and for all, and I did. I'm proud to say I've lost 160 pounds and I'm in the best shape of my life.
Jamie, come on out. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How does someone lose 160 pounds?
Blood, sweat, and tears, I guess, as you can say it. Did it the hard way and did it the right way.
Walk me through it. What was the biggest issue you were able to overcome?
For me, I was an emotional eater. And how I started was I let everybody know that I was starting this weight loss journey. That way I could have the support. That way they could always be there for me. Sure. I then discovered the love of running, incorporated some exercising, and I really started slow. I started about 2 minutes every time, did intervals, and then now I'm working my way up to running 13 miles.
13, half marathon?
Yeah. So
it's hard to run when you're 304 pounds. The foundation had to be the food you're eating.
It was.
Now, I mentioned everyone that you use your microwave.
Yes.
To beat back the pounds. And I'd love you to walk us through how you use it and the foundation with regard to food of how you got there. And I got some examples back here for the help.
Sure. So what I did was every Sunday I would go and buy a whole bunch of food that I know that I would need for the week. I would spend all day prepping food and portioning it out into bags. That way I could just throw it into my refrigerator, throw it into my freezer. Then that way, when it came that day, just grab it and go. Pop it in the microwave for a couple minutes. Everything was ready and already ready to go for me.
So this is a way of automating portion control, so it's so simple you can't go wrong.
Right. Being an emotional eater, I would always eat until I was stuffed, until I felt disgusting. And I never knew what the right portions were. So for me, having this tool was pretty much the success.
So as an example, on Sunday, here's your protein, your chicken and your beef.
Yeah, it's about 3 to 4 ounces for a serving of your protein. And then I would do about 2 cups of either the fresh or the frozen veggies. And then I would have about a cup of the fruits. And I would usually utilize for like breakfast or lunch that way.
Or
dessert. A dessert offering, yeah.
So how's the oatmeal work?
Well, what I would do on Sundays, I would make a huge batch of the steel cut oats. I would pre-portion it or put it in this muffin tin for portions, and then I would put it in the freezer. And so that morning, I'd pop it out.
This is during the week now. This is a couple days later.
Yeah, the next day, I would, go to the freezer, take it out, pop it out, just like so. Put it in my bowl, grab a serving of my fruit, which is about a cup, put it in the microwave for a couple minutes, probably about 2 minutes, and then I'm good to go. I can run out the door.
All right. You also have your carbs here.
Yeah, the carbs. We have some brown rice and also a sweet potato, and I love these because they're already pre-portioned. So the work's already done for me. That's a time saver, which I love. Working full time and being a mom, you just got to grab and go. So I would just, pop those in the microwave and then have my sweet potato that I could just also get going, yeah.
And your fat soda, same thing, put them in a shot glass?
Yeah, I use probably about a couple teaspoons at a time, just to kind of give it an extra flavoring.
You ever put alcohol in these shot glasses too?
Don't tell anybody. That's my secret.
So actually, walk me through it. I mean, because as I look at it personally, it doesn't look like enough food for me.
Oh, it is, yeah.
It is? So make me a plate.
Sure.
How would you do this?
So we take our plate.
This is, let's say it's Wednesday. So you cooked everything on Sunday.
Okay.
You haven't thought about it again since Sunday. Now it's Wednesday. Show me what you're going to do.
Okay. So, all right, let's grab the chicken.
Take the chicken out. Dump that on there.
So we have our serving of chicken, and then I feel like broccoli today. So we'll grab our...
She's showing off. I know she wouldn't eat broccoli normally.
Yes, I would. I would definitely eat. Okay, so we have about a cup of 2 cups of broccoli here. And then we're gonna go ahead and grab our sweet potato.
Sweet potato.
Okay.
It actually looks much more on a plate than it looked like when I was using the bags.
Absolutely.
So the biggest change I gather is not just your physical well-being. It's how you see the world around you.
Yeah. I have to say, I've never been more happier than I am today. I feel so much better about myself. I have more self-confidence, and I don't, think I would be where I was today without, these tools and also the support around me.
Well, bless you. I'm very happy for you.
Thank you.
You can find out more about how the weight loss heroes like Jamie became half their size, including their personal recipes at DrOz.com. I'll be right back.
Tell us, how did you reach your weight loss goals?
I followed the plan that my girlfriend put together. She's a faithful viewer and has Ozified my diet. I was reluctant at first, but the weight has fallen off.
Share your story on Facebook.com/Dr. Oz. Coming up, these special superheroes are doing more than just cleaning up the streets. Find out what they're doing to put smiles on these young hospital patients and the reason why laughter truly is the best medicine. Coming up next.
Look, it's a bird. It's a plane. Comic superheroes are being spotted all over the country, and they are fighting grime. On windows, that is. Spider-Man, Batman, even Superman are washing windows at children's hospitals. Their mission? To bring happiness to the youngest of patients.
PSENG Children's Specialized Hospital is where kids come for long-term recovery from serious operations and health conditions. Kids like Jude and Luciana, Leonte, and Chrissy. Some have been patients on and off their whole lives. But regardless of how sick they are, they're still kids, and kids need smiles and fun. And after all, laughter is the best medicine.
My sister would love it.
So when I heard the hospital brings in grime-fighting superhero window washers to cheer the kids up, I wanted to join in. Today, Julian, Alex, and I are on a Cape crusade to bring smiles to some very special faces.
Yeah, I get to meet the kids and we make them smile, and sometimes they're not expecting us.
Their eyes light up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's much better.
Each one of these kids has a special story. I really wanted to meet Jude, a charmer who became paralyzed with transverse myelitis after an ear infection.
How old are you, Jude?
4.
4? Why are you here?
I can't walk.
You can't walk? Are they working with you to be able to walk better? Who's your favorite superhero?
Spider.
Spider-Man. Come over here, Spider-Man. Come sit next to me. Come over this side. Look at his muscles. But feel his muscles here. They're really big muscles. What's your superpower? Do you have one?
I'm gonna have one when I grow big. Strong.
You gonna be strong? Can I arm wrestle you? Let's see who's stronger. Okay, which arm am I gonna use? This one? Okay, are you ready? Go! You made that look easy.
9-year-old Luciana is recovering after having a brain tumor removed and is being treated for hydrocephalus.
You're sort of my superhero because you're getting strong. I'm very proud of you for doing that.
5-year-old Leonte is one little whirlwind of energy. He's been a patient on and off since birth, having had a bowel transplant and multiple surgeries since he was an infant. Leonte loves Spider-Man, who's helped him through some trying times, and he proudly wears his favorite superhero on his chest.
Are you strong? You have a strong arm. Okay, come on over here. Put your arm like this.
Your arm up like this.
There we are. Like this.
Your elbow.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Ready? Go! 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 How'd you do that? How did you get so strong like that?
I don't know.
That's so cool.
I might have been wearing the costume, but these kids are the real superheroes.
You missed a spot.
I missed a spot?
Yeah.
Where?
The window.
Oh.
You gotta clean the window.
Oh, all right, come on. Take me there. Show me where I gotta go. Oh, gosh. I missed a spot.
Look. Whoa. Why did you do that?
I had a blast seeing those kids smile. And it really goes to show you that laughter is truly the best medicine, and I'm walking out to help them. So today I'm starting the Laughter is the Best Medicine movement. I want you to tweet me your favorite jokes, funny pictures, or how you made someone laugh with hashtag OzLaughterRx. I'm going to feature some of my favorites on an upcoming show. And remember, you don't need superhero powers to make someone happy. I'll be right back.
Dirty little secrets the food industry doesn't want you to know. Meet a renegade whistleblower who says the food you eat is a science experiment. And you're the guinea pig. Plus 2 women, one 600 pounds, the other just 80, pushing relationships with food to the extreme. The life-saving intervention.
I want to help you. I'm asking you if you'll do this together.
All new Dr. Oz. That's coming up tomorrow.
I'm a big fan of keeping your mind in shape like you would the rest of your body. So let's try some brain teasers for a quick workout. Y'all ready? Yeah. Okay, everyone at home, pay attention now. What does this say to you? Shout out the answer if anyone gets it. Good, first aid. First aid, aid is first, first aid. All right, this is a little bit harder. Ready? Here goes. I'll give you a little hint. He could talk to animals. Dr. Dolittle, they did really well on that one. I hope you all got that at home as well. Do those things to get your brain working in ways that are not usually challenged, and it's sort of fun too. All right, now it's time for in case you missed it. First, we had Wendy Williams on. She just turned 50, and she and I created the first ever crossover daytime event, Ask Oz and Ask Wendy. And Wendy told us about her mirror dry procedure to end her struggles with excessive sweating. And she also shared her secrets to losing 30 pounds, pretty cool ideas and insights about how she got from being a person who was fat shamed to being the confident woman she is at age 50. I went on as well with an investigator, a food inspector, Peter DeLucia, who helped me find the dirt literally in your favorite restaurants. And this wonderful little adventure of ours, we got to tour all over the place, and I saw some of the surprising places that germs hide, including the chairs you sit on in a restaurant. We found several different types of bacteria. Some of them are kinds of stuff you find in feces. I don't know how they got there, but I want you to remember you want to wash your hands before you eat if you have touched a seat that you're sitting on in a restaurant, and there's no 10-second rule. If your food falls even onto a chair, let it go. Once you've seen those bacteria, you don't want them in your body. Next, to help you shed pounds, and lots of them, our weight loss hero Dee shared her secret. Now remember, our guests today, they lost more than 100 pounds each. And she said she has a big sweet tooth, like a lot of you do, and she wanted to make her protein sweet. That way you get the benefit of the protein without the simple carbohydrates. So here's a little deal. She wants you to eat a cold peanut butter pudding. Simple to make. You just add some powdered peanut butter, doesn't have much fat in it, some stevia, and some Greek yogurt, and it tastes like the pudding that you always have been craving. And it worked for her, it can work for you. Finally, I want to close with a warning. Please be careful about what you buy online, especially weight loss pills. Dubious people online make it seem like I'm endorsing their products. I don't. To see a full list of our trusted sponsorship partners, you can go to DrOz.com, and I'll see you next time.